Hello. How are we all today? Hope you're all doing well. Or at least relatively well. For some reason my farm sim's still paused, and that's mildly concerning because I did hit the unpause button. Oh, I hit print screen, that's what the problem was. Let's get the HUD back up. Reported the stream for being inappropriate. Well, it's better than your streams. What shaders do I use? I don't use any shaders, Bob. If you mean for the thumbnail, I use the shaders of the wondrous Photoshop. If you think YouTubers don't Photoshop their thumbnails ever, I'm afraid you're sadly mistaken. But I want to... Am I having frame rate issues? No. I want to use this little baler today, which is totally not a terrible idea. Yeah, me and small bales have always gone well together. It's not like I ever made 3,000 of the damn things and complained for a week about, oh my god, they're adorable and tiny. I would argue these bales actually need to be smaller. Simulate is aware, Stephen. You know about Photoshop? Just thought I had shaders. No, Photoshop. The glorious tricks of just photoshopping a picture every so often. Although I did steal something from Sim, which is the idea of using curves. So I will give Simulate some credit. I'll also give Daggerman some credit, because I've been looking at his thumbnails and he has for some reason been avoiding using sky. Hey Paul, long time no see, dude. You've been ill. I hope you're much better now. Not just okay, but fantastic, spectacular, fandabidozy. Not dead. Stephen, there's much bigger problems than what they're doing to Roman Reigns with WWE. My man. Should legs playing up? That's not too bad then. Could be your face playing up. Like nobody wants to get inflato face. That is one of the worst illnesses. Hey, Woodjet, AC as well. Andy Paxton and everybody who have not said hello to. Why'd you have a bad internet connection now? That's just your luck, isn't it, Thomas? It's just your luck. Was that McMahon? No, it was clearly a cough. I wasn't. I wasn't covering me saying Shane McMahon was a cough. No. Glenn, hello. You're ill, not really, but there's too much rain. It's cloudy here, but it's been lovely and warm. How's my day? Pretty good, pretty good. Didn't do anything that I wanted to do before the stream, but pretty good otherwise. I think once I finish the stream, I'm gonna sit down and do some work for the remainder of the day. Not work for this channel, but work for another project, another channel that I'm working on. That I'm not actually going to actively advertise here. But I'm starting up a second channel for my own interests. It's sunny in Durham. It's cloudy here, but it's like Traxel Brown. I have a bone to pick with 4D. He has not explained. No, Explain's gonna go on this channel. 4D did not tell me about the damn Brown coming out. I have complaints. I'll give it a download after the stream, Stephen. Thanks for letting me know. See what? Second channel. It's one that I'm going to be keeping separate completely, so I'm not going to be advertising it on here. Also, it's not in any way set up yet. Or it's partially set up. There's still a lot of work I need to do on it. I actually want to buy a couple of things for it, but I can't afford it at the moment, so... What's the channel going to be called? That would be telling, Alex. And we know what it's about. It's going to be a channel about science. It's going to be a science-based channel. I might give it a mention at some point once I've actually got videos up on it. Like, literally, I'm in the process of setting it up and working on the first video. Working on research for that, so... When I say I'm working on another project, let me show you guys something. This is the notes that I have. See this? All of this writing. And all of this writing here. This is all notes. When I say I'm working on another project, I'm usually sat here with my glasses on, pen in my hand, going through quite boring topics. Or, at the moment, well, come on, the first video is boring. Just tedious stuff to read and taking notes on it. And it's only gonna get, like, this is me learning how to do it again. It's been years since I've done research. So I'm just kind of relearning some stuff, reacquainting myself with Google Foo. Anyway, let's talk about this baler, because this is the first time that I've used it, and I have a minor complaint. I just want to check this to be sure. Yeah, I've got a minor complaint about this, and it's that it's lovely. It really is. I like the fact that the dirt skin isn't dirt, it's dust, effectively. But, it would be nice. It would be nice if you had to change the baling twine every so often. Something that I always complain, like, I'll always want in balers is just the ability to change baling twine just for a bit more immersion with the balers and with the equipment. Because I think that'd be really cool. That's just a nice addition to any baler ever. But this baler, I mean, when it came out, my initial reaction was, holy crap, it's not the welger again. So, I mean, when my initial reaction is, ooh, it's different, I'm always going to like it. Welger balers would be cool as long as it's not the same welger as always gets brought out. Like, if it's a different welger or a complete remake of the old one, I don't want to see the welger from FS11 making another comeback without a complete remodel and remaster of it. Gin twine, yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. Like, there was a Polish baler in 15 that me and Sim were faffing about with. To get an English translation of the fun menu, and that you had to change the twine in. If you put new wrappers, yeah, that too. Just small things like that. Have them be optional. All you need now is a sled and a flat 8 grab. Yeah. By the way, I do have a plan on how to pick these bales up. I'm not doing this completely blind and like the idiot I usually am. I do have a plan here, and I think we'll start with the plan a bit. Where is it? I'm hoping this works the way that I want it to work. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Right. I'm gonna stop the mouse and keyboard for this because it's a bit easier. Oh. That's not going to work the way that I want it to. Right. Stack them in the back of the Mahindra. That's not a bad idea. So that plan isn't going to work. That kind of sucks. You can see now just how slow I've got my steering set. That plan isn't going to work. Let's do something that I rarely do. Actually, yeah, let's get the Mahindra. I was going to get the older pickup, but this is probably a better idea for now. Can get about 10 bales in? I bet I can get more. Oh, fantastic. That's a feature that I want. Hey, DMF. Yeah, me and Landy were talking about the Orchard mod, and it would be nice if it worked the same way that it did in, was it 15? Where you literally just bought the trees and they plopped out, like you had to pick it up with a special trailer and stuff. Come on. Open up, you There we go. So let's get some bales in here. Oh, you can totally fit more than 10 bales in. Oh, I see what the... Maybe the truck will work. They're in 17 as well? Yeah, but I think in 17 they just generated cash, did they? Let's try this truck idea again. Because I didn't realize that while you had these in your hand, they had no collisions. Oh, truck idea will work. Oh, glory of glories. Right. Here comes the... Here comes the plan. And it is bale skitball. Which I'm terrible at. They generate cash when you sold fruits. Oh, maybe it was in 17 as well. I didn't see them. So the plan is, yes, I am going to just pick them up all by hand and dump them into the truck. Why is the button to throw? There we go. Small bales are one of your favorite things in the game. It's 17. Yeah, that's what I meant as well. Did I say 15? Or 19 or something? Some sort of auto stacker is needed. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Or the bale flinger. Hello, Venus and Mikey. How are you guys doing today? Meow. Bradley, hello. Yeah, 19 from the orchards, you just get the money every hour. That's how... it's using the greenhouse scripting giants intentionally left in the game. Thank you, Farmboy3395, for following on Twitch. Hope you enjoy watching over there. Feel free to talk in chat. It should appear on screen regardless. I should be able to read it. There are autoload trailers out for them? Not on the mod. See, here's my issue. I don't trust mod websites other than the mod hub at this point. For the most part. So, if it's not on the mod hub, I don't really care. Okay, that was too fast. I got bored of trying to troubleshoot bad mods from dodgy sites, so I'm pretty much only using the mod hub now. Also, it gives people who are on consoles a better idea of what actually is available, for the most part. Or ideas of, especially if I use maps that are on console, gives you guys a much better idea of things you can do with maps. If you're on console, a bit more, it's a bit more accessible to everybody. Hello, Massey. How full is the? Oh, nowhere near full. No new mods yet today. Are you sure? Just finished 5th cut? Good lord. I know many Irish farmers that would kill you. Or that would kill to do a 5th cut of silage. I think they're just getting on to probably 2nd cut at this point, I would imagine. The guys that did an early 1st cut are probably heading on to 2nd cut silage now. Maybe hay. Maybe hay with the way the weather is. You got 12 to 15 cuts of alfalfa a year? That's really impressive. Can I tell you about the mod contest? When will we be able to download the mods and vote? I don't know exact dates. However, I can kind of piece it together. The entries close. Submissions must be in July 6th. Once all the submissions are in, or potentially as they're coming in, what Giants will be doing is just running them effectively through an antivirus, just making sure there's nothing that's, you know, dangerous about them, and doing a very quick... That will literally be all the testing they get for the mod contest. Between the 7th and 27th, you're here. I would anticipate the 8th being the day the mods all drop. I would anticipate them all dropping around about the 8th of July. Just because you'll have quite a few people waiting to submit until the last minute to get maximal testing time. So there will probably be... I would anticipate more than half the mods in the contest will actually be submitted on July 6th. Some of them have seen very high quality so far. I'm very impressed with what I've seen from people that want to enter the mod contest so far. It looks like here's my issue with the mod contest mods, and it's an issue that's always been there with mod contest mods, and something that's kind of funny is they're either really, really good, like spectacularly good, or terrible. There's not really much of a middle ground in the mod contest. There's very few meh mods. Because you get guys who just want to show off, and they go way over the top with everything, and they make spectacular mods. And then you've got guys who just try to enter it for the money, effectively, the prizes, and their mods are just kind of thrown together, and not very good. There's very little middle ground. I always find that funny. Will the mods from the contest be out on all platforms? I would anticipate, Kevin, and you might dislike me for this, you might hate me for saying this, I would anticipate PC only for the actual contest entries. And the reason behind that is Giants aren't going to test stuff. Yeah, Greenwich is PC only, that much I know. But their Giants aren't going to test stuff, and Sony and Microsoft, Sony in particular, want stuff to be tested before it makes it to console. What have you missed? You've missed me doing a small bit of small baling, okay? And we're just kind of doing a bit of cleanup on what I've done so far. Using a completely logical method, and as you can see, very high speed. Which side does this want to tip at? Tip side right. I need to wait for the Xbox controls to come back so that I can change the tip side to the left. Tip side left. This hasn't exactly gone to plan. The bales were supposed to like pile out, and I might need to get a dedicated trailer for bales. By the way, I've sold the round baler, so we are going to go square bales only, but these bales only. This hasn't gone to plan at all. I have not fudged it. I have merely made a miscalculation. Standard green dolly trailer. Yeah, most of the default trailers you can do it with. If I just ram the wall, will that shake the bales loose? See, the problem with most of the bales now is they're standing up, which means they're not gonna slip through ever. Let's see if I can't encourage them out. See, this was a great idea until it came to unloading the damn thing. There we go. Let's never use this for bale handling again. Use the trailer behind the truck? No, that would involve me having to actually stack them. Do I have a grain trailer anywhere? I remember there being one on this map, I just can't remember if I got rid of it or not. Clearly I have, yeah, clearly I've got rid of it. That kinda sucks. Right, let's get the Deutz. And let's get a big old grain trailer. HW80 might work. What do I have in terms of mods over here? Oh, this one will almost definitely work. Oh look, money's suddenly appeared. There we go. Look to the lime green truck, wherever that is. I feel like I'm now onto something that's ingenious, because that now has a basketball hoop on top. So we can play proper basketball. Hey, Princess Alana. I feel like we're making some good progress. Money's always... money's going to be an issue until I can figure out how to sell these damn things. The big issue right now is me figuring out what trailer I need to use. Sailing to my driving is perfect. Try the Bale sell point. Well, yeah, but the bigger issue is I need to... Excuse me, Paul. Her name is Fat Bertha. Get it right. Get a flatbed. No! Effort! Much easier to just throw them around. My driving's perfect. Fat Bertha appreciates my driving. Could drop them. Yeah, do an airdrop. By the way, quick aside, because I've just realised that I haven't mentioned this yet. Sorry if you can hear the fan that I'm using to keep myself cool. There is like no breeze today, so I just need to have my fan on. It's right in front of me, so apologies if you can't hear it. It must be insanely slow. If Mister, do you realize those planes go like 200 miles an hour? Quite often. They go like 180 knots. Multiply knots by 1.13 to get your statute miles, and even little Cessna 172, which is one of the slower planes, goes about 120 miles an hour along the ground. The slowest one that I've flown so far has been the Piper Cub, and that goes 75 statute miles. You have 39. I've only got like 20 degrees here, 22 degrees. The problem is there's no breeze, so it's just, and it's really humid because there's clouds everywhere. So it's just muggy as hell, and the bit of air movement I'm getting from the fan is really helping. Right, let's see if this works the way that I want it to. What made me choose to go fly around the world in GA aircraft? It's interesting. It's an interesting idea. And oh, this works perfectly. We basketball players now, boys. Missed. Got a forecast for 42 tomorrow. You can keep it. "17 degrees and sticky in Durham." It's, let me just check my phone here, see what the temperature actually is. Or what it's claiming the temperature is. You have to admit that's a good idea. See? See, I occasionally come up with something that might actually be feasible as an idea. It's currently, if this wants to refresh, 23 degrees. Which explains why, It really feels like the air is heavy. Basketball! No, it's basketball. Oh yeah! I've been kicking that Bale. Oh. Did I fly to Exeter? No, Exeter wasn't one of the stops. The closest I got to Exeter was probably the stop off in Cardiff. Or en route from Cardiff to... That was the kick the Bale button again. En route from Cardiff to London. I very likely flew over Exeter. Behold my genius! Mister, genuine question. Do you know the IKEA code for Exeter? Because I think that might have been where I had my first ATC interaction in Vatson. EGTE. I think it might have been Exeter where Tower was online one night and I intentionally flew there. In a... God dang it! Bob Saget. EGTE sounds about right. Oh, I pressed the damn again. Where's the Bale gone? Come on. This is clearly the most efficient way to clean up small bales. Better off throwing bales in from afar. Yeah. The shape of the trailer definitely helps though. Because like if I overthrow a small bit, it bonks off the silage side and gets caught. You were woken up with the sound of chainsaws. GG. Tower of Infinite Flight, nobody ever goes there. Insanely quiet more. That's the problem with smaller regional airports, is people don't really care about them. They want to fly to the likes of Heathrow and Manchester and JFK and Charles de Gaulle and Gatwick and places like that. They don't really care about Exeter. Exeter's international. It's a regional international though. It's not major. Like Cork Airport is a regional airport and it does have international flights. This job will take forever. No, it won't. I mean, we've only been working on it half an hour. We're already almost done with the headlands. Plus, we're now using a trailer that actually makes sense for this job. This is going much faster than it was with the truck. I'm hoping that the trailer opens far enough for this to be worthwhile, because otherwise it's gonna be fun to try and deal with. Utility, Ryanair Thomas, Cook, Norwegian, Freebird, West Atlantic. Well, West Atlantic is a cargo airline, so I'm discounting that immediately. Because I have a I had a West Atlantic scale on for my Zebo before I did some reinstalling. Cork Airport gets... Couldn't pick them up with the loader? No, there's no loader for these bales. In any case, Connor Boy, last time I checked, I'm the one who's playing here, so... You know, I get to decide how the work gets done. If I'm doing it in a horrifically inefficient way in your mind, then tough luck, this is the way I want to do it. Stobart goes into cargo, they might base at Exeter. That doesn't change the fact that it is effectively a regional airport, only serves a small few international flights. But it is primarily just for local regional flights. And international will kind of be primarily... true international is based primarily on international flights. Dublin's a true international. Cork is very much a regional, even though it's my favourite airport. Am I going to play This Is Ireland with Reese's? Probably. I'll definitely give it a look, because I always have a hankering for Irish maps. And I know Lancey does some good work. So I'm looking forward to it. See, look, that's the headlands done now. Hey, Liam. Let's see if this is going to work the way that I want it to, as the bales kind of do a bit of glitching inside the trailer. That's mildly concerning. What's more concerning is the fact this apparently has mouse controls for some reason. What do the mouse controls do? Open crane tool? What crane tool? Oh yes, this is going to work perfectly. See, look at how fantastically quickly that unloads. Dude, Connor, I'm playing Peterville tomorrow. I haven't played Meadow Grove in like 2 weeks. Let me enjoy the map that I get to play with the equipment that I like. If you want one of the maps that I'm playing, literally just wait a couple of days, because like odds are I'm gonna be playing it like in some sort of rotation. I'm quite liking the rotation that I've got at the moment. Hey Martin, how am I doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Need to move those bales so I don't get stuck. That's fine, I'll figure something out for that. Probably involving the Kramer. Been a while, you've had lots to do. I know that feeling. It always feels like this. I'm kind of in a really good mood lately because it always feels like there's stuff to do. What even is that mighty line-driven truck? It's like an army surplus kind of thing that's kind of Russian looking, but also kind of Western European looking. Kind of generic 70s truck. I'm really liking this small baler. I'd like for there to be an accumulator for it. I'd love a bale accumulator for this. Where can you get one in the real world? Probably a classic truck dealership, or like some sort of classic truck website might have something looking very similar. Probably not in lime green, but junkyard? You'd be surprised how many trucks like that still exist, Aiden, and are still in active use. Like, I have legitimately seen a Ford Model T truck or a Ford Model T pickup truck still being used in the 21st century. It's probably actually a modified Model A, but it looked similar. Like it was one of the really old 1920s Ford trucks. Hey, Golgo. You mean a parts truck? Small Bedford still in use? Yeah. Sometimes, like the super old trucks, this might sound silly. Sometimes the super old trucks just perform a task that modern trucks can't. You know, modern trucks are designed a certain way, and sometimes older trucks are much better at a specific set of tasks that you might want them to do. It's like, I can't remember what it is. I think it's planes. Like modern planes are very good at long distance, but if you want to go short distance, jets actually a really good example here. Really good at going long distances, but if you want to go short distance, you're much better. You're actually much faster using a turboprop. One of your old high school teachers a restored Model T? Very nice. A family friend has a 1973 Porsche 911. That thing goes like clappers. It's amazing. I love it. That's like one of my dream cars. Not the greatest looking car in history, but oh my god, it's like a classic car. I love classic cars and I love Porsche. Or Porsche. So I would love a Porsche, you know, 73 911 or one of the earlier 911s. Maybe even, like, I'd probably stretch to go, oh, I've just realized this isn't supposed to be hay that's accumulating. This is the dirt skin. Or this is the wear skin, where the paint is coming off. That's actually really cool. I like that. Got a Ford Lotus Cortina. Yeah, back when Ford and Lotus were effectively the same company. Something very unusual that does exist is the precursor to the Ford GT40, the Lotus Mark IV. And it is just a Ford GT40, but slightly older and a Lotus. That said, I wouldn't mind a roof. I wouldn't mind like a Yellowbird or something. Roof CTR Yellowbird, that'd be kind of cool. The tail was very lively. Yeah. That's a traditional problem with Porsches because the all of the weight is over the back of the car because they're rear engined. Take the Sierra. Sierra only if it's the Sierra Cosworth. Sierra Cosworth is only Sierra. Mustang, Falcon, P1, 720S. You just want some ridiculous. Fun fact: I've seen Mustangs, I've seen Falcons, I've seen 720Ss. Probably seen a Lotus Cortina. Definitely seen Escort Cosworths. Tesla Roadsters. I've seen them. I've seen Tesla. I've seen, I think, every model of Tesla. See, you guys know what's up. Escort Cosworth, only true Escort. Mark 1 is close, but the Cosworth with that ridiculous wing, the wang on the back of that is spectacular. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? Out of curiosity. Tesla, the roast was one Tesla you've not seen. The wing is so extreme. Yeah. It is a true wang. Like, there is no arguing with the wang on the Escort Cosworth. They went like a rocket. Well, yes, because they had an engine that was too big for them. You can just about hear the music. Let me turn that up a small bit. Come here, music. Just one notch up. There we go. It's alright, Connor. It just annoys me when people make demands for stuff that I'm planning on doing. Especially when I'm on a map that I haven't played in a little while. That I really like. Like, this is the style of equipment that I love. And this is the only map where I can really get away with using it. Like, I can use it on Peterbilt, sure, but it doesn't fit as well as it does on this map. But, like, there's a lot of equipment that I use that will only fit on one or two maps. And you'll notice that I'll maybe not play those maps as much, but I will come back to them repeatedly over like a really long period of time because I want excuses to use these. American Muscle is the exception there, Yanis. I dislike the American ethos of, hey, I've got a big car. Look at my car. It's so big. It is the size of a house. Why? I mean, granted, the American Muscle ethos is, look at the size of my engine. It's the size of a small country. 911's the Beetle. Fun fact, the 911 is just a stretched Beetle. Same basic design. Same designer, actually. Ferdinand Porsche is the guy that designed the Beetle and later set up the Porsche Motor Company. He only really ever had one idea, as it turns out. You hate fuel guzzlers? I mean, yeah, but in terms of looks and sound, the old-style American Muscle from the 70s, you can't beat them. Absolutely noticed. I'm not going to disagree with you there. But, they do look and sound spectacular. Chassis and some 911s out of a VW camp. That wouldn't surprise me. By VW camper vannies, do you mean like the VW hippie bus? Out of curiosity. Like the VW bus, because that was one of my all-time favorite vehicles. Just got auto corrector from Jeep to keep. Yeah, people get really annoyed when I call like Land Rovers and ATV, any off-road vehicle Jeeps. I'm sorry, but they are Jeeps. Am I having problems flying Field 18 on here? I've heard there are issues with Courseplay, Paul. Hey, M1. I have heard, Landy's been telling me there are issues with Courseplay on this map. And he's trying to figure out what the hell they are. He thinks they might be the map itself. So 2 buses cool. Yeah, VW bus is just... It's the dorky kind of cool. Like, it's not just... It's not exuding this persona. It's just like, I'm a bus, look at me. I have all of the round things. And it's just cool because of that. It's dorky cool. Hey, Duck Kenny. Thanks, by the way, because now I know Twitch chat. Well, I should have checked the pretzel bot the entire time, but I know the Twitch chat is working. My Liver Sassy was from a VW Beetle. Yeah, they made. Well, it was the same designer, DMF. Ferdinand Porsche designed the Beetle, and then set up Porsche after that. Which is why there is such a resemblance. And the reason the Beetle was so popular and so heavily made was because it was cheap, which is always a good thing. And not only was it cheap, it was damn near indestructible. When Germany got bombed during World War II, this is a true story. When Germany got bombed during World War II, the Americans went in and saw these round husks everywhere. Just round husks absolutely everywhere. And especially, I think, Dresden, which was the worst bomb. The roads were just dotted with the remnants of VW Beetles. So after the war, the Americans, you know, they realized that Germany was going to be kind of broke for a while because of all the destruction that went on there. So they just set up the Volkswagen factories again and had them all tooled out for producing Beetles. So the VW Beetle was never supposed to be this iconic cool car. It was a convenience. And then you had the Love Bug movies with Herbie in the 60s and 70s. That turned the Beetle into a cool car. It was always just this convenience car that worked well after World War II and was cheap. And became cool later on. Old Skoda's Jeeps on wheels. What's the old adage about Skoda? Is when you get a full tank of fuel in a Skoda, you double the worth of the car. Or you double what the car's worth. Yeah, they were all designed by Ferdinand Porsche, I believe. Can you join? This is single player today, man. I never said it was a good car, Andy. I said it was a convenience car. It was cheap, relatively well made, and very easily maintained. So, while it's not the most spectacular car in the world, neither is the Citroen 2CV, and those things still run. Saw one of those on the motorway on Saturday. It was quite the odd sighting. They were cheap convenience cars. Never intended to be cool. Lada's the best. Two CV is your shed on wheels. 2CV, I love the 2CV because like you can get up to full speed on a motorway and still not hit the speed limit. That thing only goes about 60 miles an hour. Like I saw one, the one I saw on the motorway. It was going maximum speed. It was flat out, and it wasn't going the speed limit. It's one of those rare cars where you can absolutely lamp it down the road completely legally because it's so terribly slow. Like it's horrifically slow as the 2CV. I like this baler, I've decided. Not a fan of the dirt skin. Yeah, the dirt skin leaves a lot to be desired for me. But the actual... I like the wear skin on it. Let me get a power washer here. It's under Misk, isn't it? Yes. $4.5 grand. Oh look, money's suddenly appeared. Where can I fit you? Oh, that's the perfect spot right there. Looks like someone sandblasted a bit, yeah. Let's get the dirt off it and see what it actually looks like. Because the dirt skin I'm not a fan of at all. Sometimes the dirt skin is the star. This time, on this, it is much more of a distraction and a detraction. Oh boy, this is... This is clearly something made with very low-res textures. I like the fact the stickers kind of wear off and get torn a bit, but the actual wear skin itself is very, very 2D, or very low-res. Never a good sign when you can see the individual pixels. I like what's going on here with this sticker. Like, that's cool. I'm also liking the fact that some of the logo on the side has come off. Generally, like, this is a really well thought out dirt skin and baler, or not dirt skin, wear skin. I just kind of wish there was a bit more, I don't want to say effort, a bit more time put into it. Because it looks to me like it's a bit rushed. See, Heath? It looks a small bit rushed. And almost an afterthought, which is a bit of a shame because looks better with the wear. It does look better with the wear. It looks really nice with the wear. But I would argue it looks best with the wear, but no dirt. So just clean worn. Well, there's Say Hi Dried bot shouting at me again. Yeah, I would guess that would be the reason. That would be the logical reason, at the very least, Lorcan. I hope he revisits the texture work and gives it a small bit of an update, just to improve the dirt skin. The dirt skin needs normals for it to look really, for it to pop, really. I might see if I can get normals on the dirt skin at some point. And the wear skin just needs to be higher res and maybe a bit more detail than that as well. A bit less bits that are just kind of blocked off. A bit more roughness to it would be nice. The double layer that it has for dirt, I really like. Like the double or triple layer, that is a really nice thought that he's gone with. Yeah, the base is there. It is really there base-wise. Just needs like a revisit. Doesn't need any real heavy work, just kind of fiddling the textures a bit. Maybe if there are bugs found, have those being fixed as well. And maybe if I was at my next project would be some sort of accumulator for these little buggers. And then after that, maybe an multiple bale grab. Like you can turn one mod into a quite sizable project if you do it right. I hope sincerely that I forgot you could do this now. Let's look at the Bale and all of its baby glory. Javelin! So this is going to be made a lot faster by the fact that... okay, going to be made a lot faster by the fact that I'm now going to start using the mouse as well. Never mind, because apparently my mouse moves too quickly. Excuse me, grab please. I'm sure somebody's going to say I hate the baler now because I've had the audacity to give some constructive criticism to it, but oh well. So many things I hated, they can just revisit these comments and note that I said the vast majority of it is really, really nice. It just needs a small bit of extra work to be a really spectacular baler. Plus, it's not the welder again, which is an added bonus for my own personal preferences, because I'm sick and tired of that damn welder. Whoever did make it, though, is like really talented. I couldn't do that. How many bales can I load up in a minute? Excuse me, I'm playing basketball or basket bale. As somebody pointed out that it should actually be called basket bale. Really excited to see what the Platinum DLC is. I would imagine it's going to start with a C and end with Lass. Yeah, I'd like to see actually a version of the baler that has the I don't know what the actual name for it is, but the spring thing that launches the bale launcher, I guess. That'd be really cool, so you could just hook up a trailer on the back and launch bales into it. Maybe have that trailer be an auto stacker of some description as well. Hope there's new crops. Hope there's new gameplay features. Carrots or something could be really cool. Carrots or something like carrots, new root crops or something would be kind of cool. I think Class will still be the cover brand for 21, but I also think that maybe they have got a bit worried about basically every other major brand being in FarmSim currently, and I've signed up with FarmSim in a bit of a blind panic saying we want to be in 19. Like, it's not unprecedented. 13 had a case-based Platinum Edition, I think it was. No, it was Titanium for 13. 13 had case-based stuff, and case was then the cover tractor for 15. Or one of the cover tractors. So, not entirely unprecedented. Would be very much surprising, though. Oh, god dang it. Thought I was shirtless. Yeah, the same comment was made yesterday about this t-shirt. But it is a nice colour of t-shirt. It's a nice salmon-y kind of light pink. New Holland was covered. Oh yeah, FS15 had New Holland on the cover. The case was kind of the main brand they were talking about in FS15, despite New Holland being on the cover. I think. I'm probably wrong. FS17 is the only game so far to have had multiple cover brands. Even though they were all Agco brands, they were all different brands. You know, you had the New Holland, not the New Holland cover, the Massey cover, the Fendt cover, and the Challenger cover. Case was 14 and 16. So Case has kind of nailed it on the mobile front for being the cover brand, it seems. What was the cover brand for 13, out of curiosity? Because I can't remember that. Thoughts on the C200? I think it's a good regional airliner. I don't know if it's really going to be able to compete with the turboprops, but it'll definitely compete with the Embraers. Like the 220 slash C200 is an interesting idea from Airbus. Bit of a break from the norm. I know that it's literally just bought from Bombardier, but you know, it's the first kind of purpose-built regional regional jet under the Airbus branding. So, kind of be interesting how they do with that. Especially seeing as currently, like, Embraer kind of have the market covered there, with the exception of the CRJs. So maybe the companies that currently fly CRJs will be flying A220s in the future. We're swapping out for A220s. Case, Steiger was on FS13. Thank you! Thank you, James. Very much appreciate that tidbit of information. This is totally the correct way to load bales into a trailer, by the way. Is just fling them from a distance. Right, do I have all the bales on this side collected? Yes. Don't mind if they fall down to the side like that, because I'll need to go over there anyway. CRJ is now owned by Mitsubishi. Yeah, but they were formerly Bombardier. This is my point. CRJ was formerly Bombardier, and I can imagine that Lufthansa, who still fly quite a few CRJs, will want to go for an all Airbus fleet. I would imagine that maybe Iberia might want to go all Airbus as well, and have a nice option as a regional, so they might go for some A220s. Probably some of the American carriers will want to go all Airbus officially, and get a few A220s into their fleet. Maybe American might do that, but American tends to fly a bit of everything, so don't know what they'll do there. Hey, Mr. Jingles, just having a bit of fun with small bales because this has never gone wrong. Yeah, Lufthansa have ordered some Boeings, but in terms of their European operations, they're pretty much all Airbus. For their long haul, yeah, they've gone with Boeing. Probably because they were using the A340 and that was hilariously bad. So was the A380, which was hilariously bad. There we go. Correct bale stacking procedures are in place, of course, as always. Mitsubishi be running the... Ah! Yes, I have heard about the MRJs. And that's this to clear the bales. See, look, perfectly stacked bales in this trailer. Delta has an A321 ULR. Yeah, the new 321s are going to be interesting to see what they do, or how they do. Correction, American for the 321 ULR. Yeah, Lufthansa, their primary jet ops now, or their European jet ops are now pretty much all A320s. I know KLM tend to run 737s of the various descriptions. Lufthansa have also, yeah, they can. See, the 321 ULR is really good for medium haul ops. Maybe not for long haul, but definitely medium haul. And So I guess some long haul to less popular destinations would be good with the 321. Although you could just as easily use the 319. What's the best map and individual farm for sheep? I couldn't tell you. Like, the best map for anything is always based on what you like yourself. So go through the various maps, maybe download a few, and just see which one suits your needs the best. Or not even needs, suits your wants the best, because you're always going to have a wish list on a map. And there's this... No point in telling me what you want, or me telling you what you want. Because you might want something completely different from what I want. Yeah, KLM run the 737 and 8 because I flew on, I think one of their 7s. But it obviously might have been an 8. So look at how neat these bales are being tidied up to. Look at the sheer neatness of my bales. Also, let's get the manure cleaned up in here real quick. Just while I'm here with the manure grab. It's like half a bucket. There we go. And the cows will teleport. Really nice stuff. I mean, I could spend 2 hours stacking lovely and neat and perfectly, or I could just throw them all in like that and have a mess that's efficient. Yeah, if you guys want a stream where I just try and deal with those small bales in terms of stacking them, that's fine, but it'll be probably actually more than one stream. There we go. That manure pile is getting pretty big. Let's get our bale trailer on the move again. We need to go up to field 24 with it now. Also, this lime green is so bright that it's occasionally quite difficult to see where the trailer actually is. Am I gonna go back to 17? Nope. I'm done with that game. I burnt out too hard with 17. I don't have any interest in going backwards. Also, Drumlover, as a kind of a secondary point about that map, he's making it. He never said he's going to release it publicly. You say that, Hayden, I'm moving back on Sunday. There's something old that I'm resurrecting. It's an interesting project that is going to be a bit hellish. It's probably going to require me to have the sound lowered, actually. Or the music lowered. If I have music at all. That's the intro and outro. See you, Paul. Have a good rest of your day, dude. And have a good every day until we chat again. Hey, VF. God dang it. God dang it! There's another small bale trailers. My issue with that is, I'm just gonna go mouse and keyboard. It's gonna be easier. My issue with that is I don't want to. Nope, that's way too slow. My issue with a small bale or small bale autoloader is that if it's on a dodgy site, I just don't want to touch them. If it's on Facebook, feel free to link it to me. Ever play Minecraft now? No. No, I'm kind of taking a step back from gaming in general at the moment. To work on other projects that just engage my personal interests outside of gaming. Because I did notice that I've been like sat at my desk doing nothing but gaming for a few months, and it's got very monotonous. It's on Facebook. Ah, could you send me a link to the page, or could somebody send me a link to the page? Either now on Discord or on Steam after the stream, just so I can give it a download. Right, let's move the trailer assembly forward. There we go. Stuck on the tractor slightly. This is surprisingly efficient. Send it to me on Discord. Yeah, that'd be very much appreciated, Boss. Just, because I do plan on using this small baler a bit more often. Especially seeing as horses are in the game. This has always been something that I've wanted to do, and now the small baler's in, I can do it, is get hay for the horses with the correct size bales, because you would never really give horses, you know, big bales, the 6-foot bales that giants, or that most balers and farms intend to produce. You'd actually give them something much more like this. Or you'd use something much smaller, because you can just give them the bale. That's not overkill. My aim with the bales is getting worse, I swear. The thing... Is that the other YouTube channel, Hayden? Because that's what I've been working on. I have 2 pages of notes made out from research. And still nowhere near done with that. So it's going to be interesting to see how long my notes end up being, number one, and how long that video ends up being once I finally make it. It's a channel that I don't care if it gets very low views, but will you know about it when it's done? Probably not. Like, I might give the channel a shout out at some point, but it's not going to be something that I'm going to be actively promoting on here. It's going to be a lot more me being me and just engaging with a non-gaming personal interest of mine. I think it might even be less me being me and more me being what I used to be, in a way. You're trying to be vague. I know, but I already mentioned it in the stream today, so yeah. There might be some crossover. There will not be any crossover. Well, in terms of content there won't be. In terms of interest there might be. But I don't want to use this channel as a base for the other one. If I did, I'd just put the videos from the new channel on this one. Is it science by any chance? Yes. Send me the download. Thank you, Welsh. Almost said Hayden. Thank you, Welsh. I'll give it a download after the stream. Come on, come on. There we go. I'm going through this field a lot faster than field 20. I think I'm kind of getting used to this whole picking up bales and launching them into a trailer idea. Then again, this was kind of a back-heavy field. 3 more months until your daughter gets here. 3 more months until Welch has no life left. If you ask a very serious question about science, sure. Hey Rupert. How you doing today, dude? I'm enjoying how the restream chat is just seeing messages in a completely random order. I hope it hasn't bugged out and done something stupid. Did I leave a bale up here? No, that's just a patch of straw. Is cancer contracted to the areas that you cell in your body? Yes. To both. Like lung cancer and certain cancers can be contracted via carcinogens in the air. That's actually what happened with a lot of people around Chernobyl. But what cancer is just unchecked cell unchecked cell reproduction. Cells have just an inbuilt kind of bit of DNA and code that says you're gonna last this long, and then you're gonna reproduce, and then you're gonna die. Whereas a cancer cells, what happens is the "you're going to die" bit cuts out. It stops, and the cells just. This is very simplified, and it's not true of all cancers, but this is a very generalized explanation. The cells don't die as such; they just keep going and going and going and going and going and going. One interesting side effect of this is a woman called Henrietta Lacks, who died of cancer in the, I think it was the 50s. But she is most likely the single greatest contributor to medical science in history. Because she had a very unusual kind of cancer that the cells were able to survive outside of her body. So, what that means is scientists can do some semblance of human testing, completely ethically, on what are now known as HeLa cells. HeLa. And they react as a normal human cell would to most things. The only big difference is they're not in a human body. So in a lot of scientific journals you'll see a load of mentions of HeLa cells when they're testing something or investigating some function of a cell. They'll use the cells that were I can't remember if she donated them specifically, but taken from Henrietta Lacks. And they'll test those as their perfect human analog, seeing as they are human cells, just the cells that have mutated in such a way that they can exist outside the human body. A really weird and interesting bit of science. Not one of those things that I think Henrietta Lacks, if she was alive now, would be like 120 or something like that. There's a few different groups of cancer cells that are tested, but the HeLa cells are the most prominent. Okay, I gotta kick that back under so they don't hit the gate. There we go. The male dog, which you haven't fixed. Oh yeah, you're allowed to have kids, but the dog can't. That's very rude, Welsh. That's incredibly rude. I'm not allowing the dog to have kids while you're having them. For shame. Alright, that's both fields done. And a very unhappy tractor. Holy cow, is this tractor unhappy. Very happy going downhill though, which is doing me a mild concern. There we go, let's cruise control on, because screw holding down the trigger for that long. I'm gonna dump these off at the yard as well. Just because I did need straw bales. While these aren't the most convenient size, they are going to be very useful. The fact that this trailer can also like tip the bales out properly is a huge help. Can I get this around the corner without causing too much of a problem? Yes. Just need to... No! You're overthinking this, VF. Just need to shove them into the pile. There we go. Where's my pusher? There we go. Stacking small bales. Well, why do that when you can just have a mountain of them? There we go. Perfection itself. So look how neat these bales are. I don't see how anybody could be upset with my wonderful bale stack. Get off the fork. Get off the... Thank you. They're all neat and off to one side and tidied away. People think that I only throw people on the multiplayer server are now shocked and appalled by my bale stacking. Is that a bales? How many bales is it, out of curiosity? 172. 172 bales is all. Right, let's just stop all that there. Detach that. Get this on the movement. I'm unstacking them? I'm not stacking them. They're done now. There's no need to stack them. They're stacked. They're away. They're sorted. The problem has been solved. There is no need for balings. What do I want to do now? I know. I'm not going to use Fat Bertha. We're going to use Minty. It's Minty's time to shine. Just messing with me? No, I think you're deadly serious. In fact, I know you're deadly serious. You're such a perfectionist that the bales must be perfectly stacked every time. Whereas in reality, they just need to be away. They're out of my way. I can forget about them forever now. I can just ignore the bales forever and annoy everybody with how big of a mess that is. I missed one. I missed a bale. That's fine. Just realised my fan's pointing in slightly the wrong direction, so I've not been getting in my face all that much. Can auto stack them when I get the auto stacker? Yeah, I can try and break the auto stacker immediately by going anywhere near that. How to break an auto stacker in one easy step. Drive near that mess. Now I will try and auto stack him to be like being serious for a second. I will try to auto stack them, but I have a feeling it will just break the auto stacker. So next job is going to involve Minty and this Minty green trailer here. Oh, I forgot Minty has basically no brakes. Attach. And the PTO please. The PTO please. And hydraulic lines, which don't exist. Even though this thing totally would have hydraulics. When you had stacked 100 at a time? Oh, I could have done all of that in like 5 minutes then. If I had an auto stacker. That's gonna annoy people. Might take me 2 minutes. It'll probably take me 5 because all the tractors I have are actually quite slow. Like, I'm not even gonna try and pretend that these tractors are in any way fast. They are slow. You know, they top out at 40k's, which for a tractor isn't bad, but for a farm sim tractor is quite bad. People, you know, farm sim, you're kind of used to the 50, 60, 70k tractors, so going 40k all of a sudden is quite slow. Thumbnail lied? No, I've just finished making 172 bales. I maybe should have brought the Kramer down first now that I think about it, but we'll be fine. Oh, we'll definitely be fine. There we go. Kramer. There we go, Kramer. Swapping jobs now from bale pusher to Manure mobile. I want to get free fertilizer. And Manure is one of the better free fertilizers. Can't wait for the season on. Neither can I. I'm looking forward to that so much. I forgot this thing has the turning circle of an atom at times. Even though atoms actually have quite large turning circles. Atoms actually probably have worse turning circles than small galaxies, now that I think about it. Because they tend to just want to go in a straight line forever. Turning circle of an electron would probably make more sense. Big Bud won't fit in this map. It probably would actually. You could probably make one fit. In fact, I'm pretty sure Landy used a Big Bud on this map in 17. You wouldn't fit one with triples. Chris, hello. How am I doing? I'm doing good. How are you, dude? Hope you're doing well. That honestly is a bit more important to me than how I'm doing. I can make myself do well. Is that all that'll fit in here? That's all that'll fit in here. Hey, Oxy, how you doing today, dude? Let's get this out and do some manure spreaderinos. I'm doing good. Not done most of the stuff that I intended on doing before the stream today, but I'm doing good. Let's get this unfolded, as the game would describe it, and start spreading the manure. I hope I have enough manure to at least do this field. I'll be quite annoyed if I don't have enough manure to... Manure? Yes, if I don't have enough manure to mure the field. Give it a nice demure. There we go. Lovely, delicious, not at all smelly cow poop being flung out the back of a machine. That's how this thing's able to go at quite the rate of knots. I need to remember if I have, or I need to check after the stream if I've got a small slurry spreader that would fit on this map as well. Because I'm fairly certain the cows have been producing quite a bit of... Oh no, they haven't, because I've been neglecting to give them water, haven't I? I've been completely forgetting the cows require water to do the liquidy bits. Are they now doing the liquidy bits? They're now doing the liquidy bits, but they need TMR. I will deal with that another day. I might just buy TMR, it might be a bit easier. I am, however, fairly certain we actually do have enough manure to fertilize this field, which is very nice indeed. Because that is a free fertilizer layer. Hey PS4, how you doing today, dude? See how good I am remembering who you are. Truly skilled in the art of remembering literally one thing. About to go fix some more. Alright, machinery restore. Calm down, calm down. Make sure and do a good restoration on the mower. I remember you, Hedgehog. This is such generic time-lapse music. Oh my god. Oh, there's tons of room here for me to just set up like this. I would forget how to chocolate. Well, I mean, Viv, it is me. You're talking to somebody who forgets his own birthday. And quite regularly forgets what day of the week it is. You forget the day of the week a lot. I do it nearly daily. I have to actually check my phone reasonably regularly to figure out what day of the week it is. Dates are also a particular weakness of mine. I'm, I think, 28 this year. I don't particularly care. Well, the only thing I care about is whether or not we go karting for my birthday, which I'm going to presume we will. Tommy, hello. That full again. Yeah, Minty. Can I spin you around here? Yep, without hitting anything at all. 0 collisions happened. No problems. Yeah, Hedgehog, that's why that's another reason that I check my phone a lot, is just what date is it? If I'm doing anything to do with the date, I need to figure out what date it is first. And then I can work out something that will work out or something. Or how long until something happens. We'll buff out? What'll buff out? I didn't hit anything! There's no buffing out required because I didn't hit anything. You're apparently diabetic? That's not a big deal. I mean, it is insofar as you gotta take care of yourself a bit more, but it's not really a a big deal in terms of like there's so much stuff out there that's sugar free and diabetic friendly that it's blah. You keep forgetting. Well, I can tell you that there's so much stuff out there that is diabetic friendly that you're not really going to be in a situation where you can't eat this or that or the other. You can just choose the diabetic option and have a small bit. Holy crap, don't go overboard with the sugar-free sweets ever. Trust me on that one. That's just life advice for everybody. Don't have too many sugar-free sweets ever. You will regret it within about 20 minutes and continue regretting it for the next 2 hours. That gets very messy very quickly, and it's painful too. Speaking from experience here. Let's go to field 24. We've still got tons of manure. We've still got loads of manure left, so I think we can kind of squeak field 24 in as well. If I can do both these fields with the manure that I had, I'm going to call that successful. Need to unfold. Oh yes, yes, it does help if I open up the door of the spreader, doesn't it? There we go, and away we go. Sell the muck spreader by more. I already have more on this map. It's actually going to be the next job is getting some silage together. One more is enough, especially on a smallish map like this. Don't need to go overboard like a big M or something. As funny as I'd find that, it would be just completely going overboard. Just gonna take a bit of a shortcut here for no reason other than it's convenient. The Ursus is still hideously loud. I'm hoping this is going to be enough manure to do field 24. With how far we got with, like, this probably, like, I think it was slightly less than half a trailer, we should have enough. What do I think of the Ford pack? Do you mean the New Holland pack? I've got it downloaded, but I haven't actually had a look at it yet, Charlie. Hedgehog, I'll be blunt here, nothing that I do will help me get subs at this point. The YouTube algorithm has basically decided this channel is dead. As 4-pack is all counties in. Not on the mod hub, there's not. Where are you seeing this, Charlie? There. Remember that I'm not using dodgy sites anymore. And I know it's not on FSUK because I check that reasonably frequently. So it's not on the mod hub and it's not on FSUK and it's on one of the dodgy sites. So I've got no interest in it. I know that I'm being unfair to the modders who do legitimately upload to the dodgy sites. But hey Daniel. I am being unfair to the people who do legit upload their mods above board to the dodgy sites, but they're dodgy sites. I don't trust the websites themselves, and therein lies the problem. Is I'm naturally going to give the people who upload to them no promotion. What about Seasons? Seasons is going to be on the mod hub, Daniel. Seasons is 1000% going to be on the mod hub. Found the legit site? To be honest, I'm finding it much easier to just use the mod hub when it's out. Got like 4 viruses on your PC. That's what. Another reason that I don't use them is I can't be bothered going through my bloody antivirus once a month and saying, "Oh, look at all these viruses that I've got from this one website. How brilliant is this?" It's so convenient for downloading mods and other things like viruses, and Trojans and all sorts. Because there's 0 filters on those websites. Like, is it really that hard to have like a small team of volunteers who do some testing and maybe even just run it through damn antivirus, just to make sure that your mod isn't going to be infecting people with a virus? Is it really that difficult? The mod sites, the dodgy sites in particular, I know will say, yes, it is that difficult because then we wouldn't be able to get as many mods out. And the natural reply to that is, do you know what? Prefer less mods, but good ones, than tons of mods that are all terrible. There's more on Facebook with the original link. They also test every mod they list. Ooh, that I approve of. I like people who test mods. I like people who go out of their way to test mods. The problem is if it's on the dodgy sites, if they link to the dodgy sites, that's still a problem. Because I don't care if it's like the legitimate place that the person has uploaded onto one of the dodgy sites. I'm not going to use the damn site. I'm gonna add an addendum. I'm not gonna use the site unless it's to troll Rob. See you, Massey. Hope everything's okay, dude. Hope it's all okay, dude. Let's dump that in there. Minor explosion risk, but it's fine. I don't look to the dodgy lights. Ooh, I approve. Okay, let's not listen to that. There we go. Something that isn't just noise. Do I have course play set up for 2024? I'm still using like a super old version of Courseplay, by the way. Bed silage. Yeah, send me on Discord because that's pretty much the only place that I check. Or Discord or Facebook, one of the two. I tend to not. I don't know. I don't have any courses. So. Dang it. Hedgehog, I'm just gonna tell you now, somebody got timed out earlier for making demands, so please stop. Say hi, Drybot is just shouting at me. I'll have you know, Stay Hydrated Bot, that I have drank nearly 330 milliliters of Coke. Which is probably a whole lot less water than I should have been suggesting, but it's Coke. It has a flavour. I'm doing good, pal. How are you? Getting a small bit of a headache. Probably something to do with the heat and the fact that I haven't actually been drinking much today. That's not a good idea. That means holy crap, it's 7 o'clock. I thought it was 6:30. Thank you for letting me know, guys. I thought it was only like 7:15. Yeah, thanks for letting me know on Andy's live, because I wouldn't know those. I'll leave it here. I'll be back tomorrow with Peterville for people who want to watch some Peterville. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.